Hey, Jake. So, Jake, as you know, and I'm sure most of our viewers know, I actually don't have a whole lot of free time anymore based on my job. And it's not necessarily that I work many more than 40 hours to 45 hours a week, sometimes 50. It's not so much that I'm working, like 80 hours a week. It's just that I just have so much work that I have to do and concentrate on that I'm really kind of sapped at the end of the day. So I've got to get a good amount of sleep as well, and I can't just power through like 5 or 6 hours of sleep. I have to get 8 or 9 hours of sleep every day too. So that's kind of another reason why I'm really losing out on time. Now, Jake, I know that you, like me, really enjoy to play some video games, but it's just been really difficult to be able to get time to do so. So I found myself doing something that I don't normally do, and that's playing video games on my phone. Now, I'm not 100% sure if we've actually said whether or not it's okay to talk about video games here on the show, because I don't really want to turn this into a huge video game based thing. If it was, I feel like we would just talk about video games nonstop and all the time, so I don't want to do that, but I do kind of want to cover some of the games that I play on my phone here in the small stretches of time where I actually do have time, so maybe lunch break or bathroom or just having 5 or 10 minutes here or there, and kind of just share with you guys the games that I play on my phone. So the first game that I played is called Family Guy: A Quest for Stuff. Now, I've not touched this one in a little while, but it's a pretty fun game where you go around and you are basically building up the town after it gets destroyed. There are tons of different events that happen and coincide with a ton of things in pop culture, video game releases, movies releases, stuff like that, like they had an Alien event. But it's really fun. You get to collect characters, have them do things. Of course, every one of these games are going to be a time waste, where you have a certain amount of things you can do and then you have to wait time before you can do anything else, or then you have to spend, real money to speed things up. But it's a really fun game. If you guys like Family Guy, it's decent play, and it'll give you something to do, and you can always just come back to it once a day or as many times as you really want to. The second game that I do play from time to time is called Trials Frontier. I generally play this about 5 to 10 minutes every day if I can, because they do have daily things you can log in and do. But it's mostly just kind of like a motorcycle side to side. It's a Trials game for anybody who's played Trials before. I first found out about Trials way back on the Xbox 360 when it first came out. I had a demo for Trials. So I really always enjoyed the Trials series. And it's just a nice little quick way to pass the time, 5 minutes here or there. But that's a really fun one, and I wanted to go ahead and let you guys know about that one too. The third game is called Puzzles and Dragons. That game is a really fun game. It's kind of like, it's a match 3 game, essentially, is the best way to put it. And you can match multiple 3s, so that way you're able to clear the board. And the more that you do, you actually have monsters that you get, and you unlock these monsters, and you can have them in your team. And these monsters have different elements, and based on the elements that you line up, you'll do damage and work your way through an actual dungeon. I like this because, to me, it feels like I'm building a crew and being able to go through and make progress, and I'm not just sitting there, matching 3. But ultimately, it is just a match 3 game. But it's a lot of fun, and I first found out about it back when I was working at GameStop, and there was the Mario and Puzzles and Dragons game that it came out for the 3DS. And I'm like, Puzzles and Dragons? And so I kind of looked into it, looked it up. I was like, hey, that's great. Is there anything I can play like that on my phone? And turns out there was Puzzles and Dragons on the phone. So definitely enjoy that one. Totally worth a look. The fourth game, and the one I'm enjoying the most right now, Jake, is going to be One Piece Treasure Cruise. And it is very similar to Puzzles and Dragons in the sense that you do have a crew that you are building up. However, in this game, it's not so much matching 3 to take out your enemy, but it's activating your character and then waiting and then activating your character again a second time to get a better hit. So you first will press the button so your character will swing, then you wait and you time and you tap again. That will land you a good, a great, or a perfect, or a miss if you don't do it right, and you'll do more damage accordingly that way. I really enjoy this because I'm really loving going through One Piece also. But it's just a really fun game and a great way to spend some time. And as always, these games do have a certain amount of stamina that you can use, and then you'll have to like spend real money to get your stamina back. But one thing that's really great about this game above all others is you pretty much get one free gem every day, if not more. I have had so many free gems come my way, which you can use to get new guys or just refill your stamina, things along these lines. But if you like One Piece or are just kind of looking for a game like this, totally worth getting. Definitely like my top like number one game right now on my phone. And the very last game that I have to mention to you guys, it is Magikarp Jig. You got me into this game, and it's a lot of fun. You're going around, you're catching Magikarps, training them up, and having them jump up against other Magikarps. It's really a simple game, but it's fun. I don't really feel like it's a game where you need to spend any money at all in. It feels like you can do pretty much everything free to play and not feel gimped in the least bit. Sometimes you do have to put the game down and come back to it, but you can really just kind of sit there passively, like while you're doing your work, you can passively just kind of tap on it and feed the fish, the food as it arrives. And it's just a really fun and very simple game that I feel like you guys should definitely take a look at. All right, guys, so that was my quick review of the 5 games that I play on my phone while I try to get some sort of entertainment in throughout my day when I really don't have a whole lot of time to do. So if you guys do play any of those games, let me know what ones you play in the comments below. If you guys start playing them and really enjoy them, let me know as well. And heck, I'll add you as friends in the games that we can. And maybe we'll see you guys out there. Thank you guys for bearing with me. This has been a little kind of an interesting sort of video. I just kind of wanted to share some of the fun things that I'm experiencing that are not actually on my computer, because I don't have a whole lot of time to just sit down and play on the computer. When I do, I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV and Marvel Heroes, and those games are really fun as well. Marvel Heroes is free to play, by the way, just saying. But anyway, guys, thank you, and we will see you guys later. Jake, you'll be fine, probably.